A little over a year ago, I released a video titled, "Don't Boil Your Corn, You'll Thank You." I like the little "you'll thank you" thing because a lot of people leave comments. But the comments on this video were wild, like most of my videos. So it's corn season, and I thought this would be a perfect time to revisit this and take a look at some of those comments. Most of the comments were regarding my microwave method. All I did was chop off the top, wrapped my corn in a wet paper towel, and I microwaved it for 5 minutes. And according to you all, I was very wrong. That was very, very wrong. A majority of the comments said that I didn't need to cut off anything, I didn't need to wrap it in anything, and I only needed to microwave it for 2 to 3 minutes. But there was some comments that were saying, we should have done it raw, you only microwave it for a minute, you just toss it in the microwave dry. A lot of people said you wet it, you run it under cold water for a few minutes. So I wanted to try all of those microwave methods. We're gonna test raw, dry, and wet, microwaved from 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and 4 minutes, and see which version is the best microwaved corn. So let's find out. Okay, we're gonna start testing while we're microwaving. So this one wasn't microwaved. We're gonna try it raw. I have never had raw corn before because of all of the comments that I got. I just wanna clarify that we are going to be using
vegan butter.
I'm just giving you all time to get out because that was a majority of the comments. Vegan butter, I'm out! Like, come on. I mean, what a childish, stupid thing. Like, I'm sorry that you can't see something that's not something you like. Like, the world must be really, really hard for you. But I use vegan butter. It's what I like. It's what I use. It's okay. It does exist. You can find it at grocery stores. I'm not making up the name. If you have a problem with it, contact Country Crock or whoever else makes their version of vegan butter. It's not me.
Grow up.
So, now that I'm done with that rant, we're going to take this corn, remove all of the hairs as much as we can. That's always my least favorite part. This is gonna be a messy, messy video. I microwaved the vegan butter with some salt, just so that way we had an even salting across all of the corns. This is a white sweet corn, and it should all be pretty close to the same. Just gonna give each one a brush on each side, just to make sure it's pretty even. And then we're gonna slice it down the middle, about chopping my fingers off, and we're gonna bring Monica in to see what she has to say. But first, let me tell you about today's sponsor. Anyone that's been watching knows I've completely changed my life over the last few years. I've lost over 110 pounds. I'm training to be a marathon runner. Honestly, I never imagined I'd be in this good a shape at this point in my life. But as I lost the weight and started working out a heck of a lot more, I realized I was hitting plateaus more often, and nailing my fitness goals was becoming a lot harder, until I found Lumen. Lumen is the world's first handheld metabolic coach. With just one breath first thing in the morning, Lumen can let you know what's going on with your metabolism. It lets you know if you're burning fat or carbs and gives you tailored guidance to improve your nutrition, workouts, sleep quality, and stress management. I know if I'm waking up in the morning burning fat or carbs and how that's going to affect my day. And I also blow into it before a long run or a hard workout, so I know if I need to, say, carb up for a bit for a little bit more energy. It's also really cool to blow into it after a hard workout just to see how that workout affected you in real time. That way, I'm always in the most optimal state to get the most out of my workouts. Small changes really add up to make all of the difference when you're trying to lose excess fat, gain more muscle, and improve your metabolic health. So gang, if you want to take the next step to be a fitter, more healthier version of you, go to lumen.me/SauceStache or just click the link below and you'll get 15% off your Lumen. Lumen, thank you for sponsoring today's video and for creating such an incredible device. Hey baby, what do you think about, raw corn?
I'm intrigued.
I know.
You know, but yeah, it'll be cool. I mean, especially that you're using vegan butter. It's the only way I'll have it.
Yeah.
When I'm hungry, I'm ready to go. I love corn.
I know. We're gonna have a lot of corn today. We're almost done microwaving, but raw corn. Have you ever had raw corn?
I haven't.
Yeah.
Have you?
No, I've never had it raw. Let's see.
So we just bite into it?
Yeah, just bite into it.
Okay.
I love how we bit right when he was.
Yeah, not bad.
No.
A little starchy.
No, it's really not bad. I actually really enjoy that.
Not much different than cooked corn other than it's like cooler room temperature.
Yeah. So We don't know where we're gonna rank this, but let's just set this off to the side.
Okay.
It is good. It's nice and juicy. Way better than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, okay.
So let's just set this off to the side. There we go. We're gonna have so much corn. Next up, we're gonna test the wet method. This was microwaved for 4 minutes.
Okay.
So this one is yellow, which
Okay.
I thought they were all gonna be the same. So hopefully that doesn't throw the test off too much. Of how Walker's coming over. Let's get
That's okay.
our brush. I will say the silk came right off this one.
It's a lot easier.
Yep.
I'll let you chop it down the middle. Get out of the way for that.
Okay, 4 minutes.
Cheers.
Wet.
I mean, that's good.
It's good. Drastically different than that.
Totally different.
Yeah. So what do you think?
I like it a lot. I drink it higher than the raw corn.
Now let's try 4 dry.
Okay.
So this one looks a little bit different. It's a little bit like wholer.
It does, it does.
You
This
know?
looks definitely like this one has a little wilted.
Yeah, it's a little
This one's
shriveled.
Not, yeah,
This one's not shriveled.
Yeah. Hey, here we go.
4 minutes dry. Better than the wet.
I do like this one better. It's a bit more firm and bouncy and also juicy. Will you
Wet
give me
third.
my old raw and I'll give that
you wanna
another
try the raw
try?
again?
Yeah, this is juicy.
Super juicy, more flavor. This is good though.
Yeah, my personal preference is more of the cook.
That one?
But
Well, do you think wet or dry?
the dry.
The dry. Okay. Let's move into 3 minutes. I'm gonna grab this and we're gonna microwave 1 last ear of corn, or no, 2 more ears of corn we got.
So I was thinking that the raw corn reminds me kind of that Peruvian corn that you get, you know?
Yeah.
And it's got kind of more of that flavor, more of that juiciness, and even that starchiness, and like the bigger pieces, you know? All right, 3 wet.
Yeah, this is the 3 minute wet cooked.
Okay. It's not much different than the other one.
No.
But it is a little bit different. Like, you could tell it was cooked a little bit less, and it's it's not as shriveled.
Yeah,
And it's a little, I think the wet comes out a little softer.
it does.
And like not in a good, it's not bad. I mean, I'd eat this all day long, but not in a good way, like where it's like doing anything good for the flavor or texture. It's just softer.
Yeah, it's just softer. I do think we are finding the less it's cooked, the better it's coming out.
Yeah.
The tastier. Ooh, man, this one it is hot. This is so freaking hot. Okay, so this is the 3 minutes dry. Do a little bit, and this one looks.
That one looks really pretty.
Yeah, it's
like
like so
golden.
far, this one looks the best. You know, like it has the most accurate corn look. No shrivel, no, cut straight through. Super easy.
Okay.
Cheers. 3 minutes dry.
I mean, I like it better.
Best one so far.
More juicy. I think it must keep the juices in, where the wet kind of maybe pulls it out or just makes it softer.
I think it pulls it out.
Yeah, it just doesn't.
Yeah, the dry definitely comes out. I mean, there's more flavor, more juicy.
Yeah.
They're crunchier.
Okay. So far, dry.
3 minutes dry. 3 minutes dry just moved above raw for me.
Oh, okay.
Is this your favorite one so far?
I do like that one, yeah.
Yeah.
So far, the dry ones have been my favorite, and then that one was better than the last one.
So I think we're just gonna say that the dry is probably
The
gonna
dry
be
is
the
winning.
winner. And we're getting lower and lower. Here's 2 minutes. Now all we have left is the 1 minute microwave, white ear. Okay, so 2 minute wet was a little bit harder to cut.
Okay.
Cheers.
we go.
It looks good.
It does look good.
Same thing, no shrivelness. Looks full.
Let's try it.
And see.
This is pretty good.
Best one. We're really like, as it's coming down in time, we're seeing a pattern here.
And this, even though it was cooked wet, it doesn't have that softness to it. It almost still has that bounce and that, even a little bit of that, I wouldn't say starchiness, but like the starchiness is not lost, if that makes sense.
Totally makes sense. The 2 minute wet tastes like the 3 minute dry. Has that same level of crunch, same level of juiciness.
Yeah, and it doesn't taste like it's lost anything.
Yeah.
Very good.
Number 1. That was good. I mean, gosh, that was really good. And I will say, it does seem like you cut the bottom off first and work from the bottom, because when you do that, all of the silk just comes right with it.
And that one cut really easily.
Yeah, so it's like if you got if you're shucking corn, there's a tip for you.
Shucked.
Shucked. Who has seen shucked? I'm telling you, I didn't want to see. I didn't want to see it. I thought it was going to be silly.
It was a little silly.
It was a little silly, but I'm telling you,
In a good way.
It was funny.
It was just
That was
really
a great
funny.
musical.
Yeah.
The people in Shucked, you really pulled something off.
The music was really fun too.
Yeah. 2 minutes dry. This one looks really good.
It looks and feels
Just
good.
as full
And
and-
it even feels, again, more warm than the
more
wet.
form. Yeah, it does. That's so crazy. Okay, here we go.
Right.
Cheers.
This is really good.
Yeah.
I really like this one.
As it goes, we're getting closer and closer to that raw. It's more firm, a little bit more starchy, definitely juicier. They're like getting juicier. And have you noticed the size of the corn changes? I'm gonna try to get a video of that.
Oh yeah, it's bigger. This is
The
really
microwave, it shrinks to them. So way more way more kernel.
I will tell you though that the raw one is the most juiciest so far.
The raw is the juiciest, but this 2-minute dry cook, just tossed in the microwave for 2 minutes dry.
It's really good.
Lots of flavor, lots of crunch.
It's not far off from the 2-minute wet. Like
No.
in the other ones, the wet and the dries were kind of far off. And then as you get less minutes, they start to get kind of closer in flavor and texture. The dry is a bit more firm.
Okay, baby, this is the last one. 1 minute wet, feeling a little bit more raw.
Okay. It looks a little raw.
Yeah, it's looking a little bit more raw.
Yeah, like you can tell it doesn't look super cooked. And I
Yeah.
do think that this was a little harder. It looks like this was just a little harder to take off or
Yeah,
slower.
it was. Yeah, smells a little bit more raw. Like even like the husk
Yeah,
smells a little
smells
bit more
like it. We
fresh.
just picked it.
Yeah, just picked corn. Corn that was knee high by the 4th of July. Anybody that's from up north knows that saying. Do you know that saying?
Nope.
No? Yeah, see, it's Midwest people. We know. So yeah, this is totally just large kernels. It's lighter. Like as you cook it more, it definitely got more yellow.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if that's,
This is like golden.
yeah, this is like golden white. More firm.
All right, let's try
Larger
it.
kernels. Look at that. Let's try it. Cheers.
Cheers. I don't love this. I get a little bit more cooked maybe.
So I do think we found the sweet spot though, because this is good.
It's not bad.
It's almost like that 1 minute of cooking changed it from the raw. You know,
Yeah, but I do like the 2-minute wet and dry more
Yeah.
than this.
2-minute wet and dry is the best. 2-minute dry is the best, I think, so far. Let's try 1 minute wet, or 1 minute dry. That was 1 minute wet. And this looks, it really does look more like the raw.
Yeah, even more than this.
Yeah, even more than the wet.
Curious about this dry and if it's gonna be much different.
Yeah.
Probably be harder to cut, maybe.
Yeah, it was definitely harder. A little bit more force involved.
Okay.
Bigger kernels, you can tell it's firm. It's real firm. Okay, cheers.
Cheers.
See.
I like this better than this one.
Yeah, the dry is better than the wet. This does have more of the raw taste, but just raw.
And it's juicy. So I like this one. I still prefer the 2 minutes. Both wet and dry being better, but both wet and dry.
Yeah.
And this one is really juicy. It's really good.
So I will, it is,
actually.
it's really good. So I do think the dry cooking is the better method, not wet.
That's what
People that said they're running underwater, stop running it underwater. You're gonna experience a better corn by just tossing it in the microwave. Everybody was right. The 5 minutes that I did in the original video was far, far, far too long. I annihilated that corn, which is why that got the worst corn. So sorry about that. The least amount of cooking is the better above a minute. So, 1500 watt microwave, 2 minutes seems to be ideal. And then it just gets worse as it goes from there. Is that right?
That's true.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's that. Do you have anything else to add, baby?
No, it's just that I'm excited for the corn chowder.
Yeah. Well, this is
Coming,
lunch.
and then
Yeah.
just start eating corn like this.
Yeah. 2 minutes, dry, microwave.
Yep, perfect.
There we go. You guys got it.